For the final week of April, we are doing daily devotions here each day. All are welcome. Be sure to tune in. Good morning, everyone. My name is Deaconess Janine Bowling, and I'm here this morning for Coffee Break Devotions with you. So this is something that we're doing every day for the last week of April and the first week of May. We're following along in this little book called Sip, Savor, and Drink Deeply. It is a LWML book from Deb Burma. LWML stands for Lutheran Women's Missionary League. And this is a group that I've been a part of for many years, and something I wanted to share with you as we have this extra time to do devotions, as we have this extra time for many different reasons, but this is one of the ways that we can turn it around and be positive. So every day I'm sharing one of these coffee break devotions. So this morning, I am drinking straight up real coffee. I love coffee in the morning, and I love all the different cups that I have. And this cup, the story behind this one, so you can kind of see it there, it says strong and beautiful. And this cup, let me take a little sip first. This one I got in a coffee mug swap, believe it or not. So I don't know if you've ever heard those things, but sometimes around the holidays, they have like a wine swap or a coffee mug swap. There's all these lists of names on a piece of paper, or actually this one was in a Facebook group that I was in. And you take a name and you send that person a mug, and then people are supposed to send you mugs. Now, this sometimes turns a little messy because sometimes you send something out and you don't get anything back. But in this particular one, it went both ways, so I really like that. And what was really meaningful for me about this particular mug, why I keep it and I drink out of it several times a week, is that it came back to me and it was from a person that I knew. So I won't say the person's name because I'm not going to put them on blast, but this person, we went to college together. So I went to college at Concordia University, Chicago, CUC. And at Concordia University, Chicago, I had met her. We didn't run in the same circles, but I knew who she was. She knew who I was. And so when I saw the name of the person who gave me the mug, and like they stick a little note in there, a nice, cute little note, I was just so touched by it because it's like we still have that Concordia connection years and years later. So those connections that you have to friends from the past, friends from college, acquaintances, even in this case, it's like they're still thinking of you years later, and you share that one place that was so meaningful to both of you. And so today's devotion, we're going to talk about that and how that can happen in a coffee shop. So today's devotion is called He Knows Your Name. And the text that we're looking at today is from Isaiah 49, verses 15 and 16. I will not forget you. Behold, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. I stepped inside my favorite coffee shop the other day, and two familiar voices called out from behind the counter, Deb! A warmth flowed into me as if I'd already taken the sip of my first hot latte of the day, and I thought, they never forget me. How nice would it be to go to a coffee shop right now? That is something that I really miss in quarantine. Being one who works remotely, going to a coffee shop or going to the library used to really break up the day in chunks for me. But let's go on. As I approached the counter, we began the friendly rapport we share each time I walk into their shop. Sometimes I'm grabbing a cup to go. Other times I'm meeting a friend. But that day, I arrived at my favorite coffee shop alone, ready to sit with my Savior for a time of devotion, writing, and prayer. I become what some would call a regular at this shop. And when I arrived that day, the baristas not only knew my name, but they also knew my favorite flavor blend, served up just the way I like it. Let me guess, Deb, half C again today, half raspberry, half white chocolate, half skim, half whole milk, and a half a shot of espresso, right? I laughed and I nodded. We chatted a little while longer, and then I headed to my table and opened my Bible. As I began to read, they delivered my drink. The side of the cup read, We love Deb. Here at Starbucks in New York, you can't even get them to spell your name right. But we love Deb encircled a big heart. Once again, a flavor warmth filled me, this time as I pondered the expressions of love printed on the top of the cup and written on the pages before me. I paused to pray, thanking God for the barista's reminder that I am known, I am loved. While my barista buddies knew my name, labeled my cup with love, and learn a little more about me each time we meet, there is one who knows me completely, Psalm 139, and loves me with an everlasting love, Jeremiah 31:3. He created me in his image, Genesis 1:27, and he sent his son to the cross to save me from my sins, 1 Corinthians 15:3. He calls me his child, 1 John 3:1-2, and he will never forget me, Isaiah 49:15. Even better than seeing my name handwritten on the side of a cup is knowing that my name is engraved on the palm of God's hand, and so is yours. He loves you and he knows your name. So our 2 questions for reflection today, we have 2 every day, and I really would like for people to reply to these in the comment section below the video. There's a comment section if you go below the video. I post the 2 questions there every day, and you can respond. It's kind of like our way to interact. If you want to respond on Facebook, that's fine too. It's just a matter of us kind of staying connected with one another, because that's part of what this is for. So question 1, how does it change you to know you are loved? And so when you answer this question, how does it change you to know you are loved by anyone? How does it change you to know that you are loved, to know this, right? If you're a person who grew up and maybe you didn't feel that, you know how that can really play out in your adult life. But how does it change you to know you are loved? And the second question is, what is different about God's love? So I like to share my answers because I don't want to ask people a question that I'm not answering myself. So how does it change me to know that I am loved? It changes me a lot because I feel like love is one of those things as an adult that is a huge risk, right? Because when you say you love someone, right, somebody new in your life, or even like, friends, you can love your friends, right? Obviously, you have to love your friends. You're taking a risk because it's like they're holding a piece of you there that you cannot give back. Like you don't have any control over that piece that you're giving out. And knowing that you're loved, like I know that my parents love me, my family loves me, and there's other people in my life who love me. And when they tell you that, or when they show you that they love you, it really makes you feel that you're paid attention to, that you're heard, that you're validated, that you're alive. It definitely brings life. Love brings life, in my opinion. So it's definitely something that you want to know. And if it's something that you feel, you want to share with the people that you feel it for, right? So much of that we're learning in this time. And then what's different about God's love? What's different about God's love, that's actually, it's a little closer to a parent's love, but what's different about God's love is God knows everything you've ever done, right? He knows the things that you think. He knows the things that you do when nobody's watching. He knows the things you lie about. He knows the things that you change around to present to the world. So when you're falling in love, right, in a relationship, or when you're talking about love between friends, friendship type love, that's stuff that you have revealed, right? Or some things they observe about you that you didn't intend to reveal, but they definitely don't know your thoughts. God knows all those little bitty crevices, the negative, the positive, the weird. He knows the weird, right? And so what's different about God's love is that he still accepts you through all of it. And also the fact that he loves us so much that he gave up somebody that he loved just to show us how much he loves us, right? So when God gives his son on the cross, that's him showing the ultimate act of love, right? Think about how much you love your kids, how much you love your niece and nephew, how much you love any person in your life that you've watched grow from a small, little, the world can crush them, all the way up to an adult, right? God gave that up to show us how much he loves us. And so that's what's different about God's love to me. So I want to hear your answers. How does it change you to know that you are loved? And what is different about God's love? And so let's share, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for the next coffee break devotion. Enjoy your drinks. Cheers. Thank you for joining us today for Coffee Break Devotions. Join us tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. for LWML Coffee Break Devotions.